The U.S. Commerce Department is proposing a ban on the sale or import of smart vehicles that use specific Chinese or Russian technology due to national security concerns. A U.S. government investigation found a range of national security risks from embedded software and hardware from China and Russia in U.S. vehicles, including the possibility of remote sabotage by hacking and the collection of personal data on drivers. The rule would not apply to cars already on the road in the US that already have Chinese software installed, and the software ban would take effect for vehicles for model year 2027 and the hardware ban for model year 2030. The proposed regulatory action is part of a much broader struggle between the United States and China, the world's two biggest economies, to secure the supply chains of key computing technology of the future, from semiconductors to AI software. China, in particular, has invested heavily in the connected car market, and inroads made by Chinese manufacturers in Europe have worried U.S. officials. The Chinese government has its own concerns about the data gathered by Tesla, TSLA vehicles, and some Chinese government authorities have barred the vehicles from entering their compounds. The Commerce Department's proposed rule is on connected vehicles, a broad term for virtually any modern car, bus, or truck that uses network connections for roadside assistance, satellite communications, or a range of other features. It covers hardware and software that interact with key technology that allows a vehicle to communicate with the outside world, such as Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and cellular technology. There will be a 30-day public comment period on the proposed rule, and the Commerce Department aims to issue a final regulation before the end of the Biden administration. U.S. officials are concerned that electric charging stations and other infrastructure outfitted with certain hardware or software could be exploited by hackers with ties to China, Russia, or other foreign powers. The Chinese government has denied U.S. allegations that its hackers have embedded in U.S. infrastructure. The proposed ban comes on the same day that the White House announced a number of new initiatives aimed at supporting auto workers, particularly aimed at the key battleground state of Michigan, a crucial state in President Joe Biden's victory in 2020. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign believes Michigan is a must-win in November. China should launch a stimulus package of at least 10 trillion yuan, $1.42 trillion in a year or two to revive economic momentum, according to former top government advisor Liu Shijin. The stimulus should be primarily funded by ultra-long-term special bonds and focus on addressing gaps in basic public services. Liu suggested that the stimulus plan should closely coordinate with demand-side structural reforms to create a combined effect of boosting consumption, stabilizing growth, and mitigating risks. A key area is to significantly improve basic public services for new citizens, particularly rural migrant workers moving to cities, in areas like affordable housing, education, healthcare, social security, and elderly care. In the short term, Liu suggested that the government buy unsold flats for conversion into preferential housing for rural migrant workers. Weak domestic demand has hampered China's efforts to meet its annual economic growth target of around 5%, as people cut back on consumption and businesses scale back production. Boosting preferential housing could stimulate property demand, while a stable household would enhance migrant workers' demand for education, healthcare, and elderly care. Improved social security could also reduce the need for precautionary savings. Liu also suggested that the stimulus plan should focus on speeding up the development of small and medium-sized towns within urban areas. He noted that China should not simply follow quantitative easing policies of developed countries, as such measures have been criticized for pushing up global inflation and causing international spillover. China is still at a medium-speed growth where the importance of macroeconomic policy lies in maintaining stability and balance in the economic process.
Thanks for watching, like and subscribe.